What is up? Welcome to another edition of the Sports Office. Great to have you here with us tonight. Lauren Edwards in the house. What's going on?
Thank you.
We're sitting here at 6:20, and it looks beautiful at Comerica Park.
It does.
They're ready to play baseball. It looks
apparently
absolutely fantastic. And then, come with me. This happens. That's Comerica Park. Remember, Rich said between the T and the R. So all that popped up at about 6:25. So they started the game 7 minutes late. Framber Valdez was out there for the Tigers. Got through half an inning.
Yeah.
Then it started pouring, and then they took everybody off the field. So you've got one half inning of baseball in. They're now in a delay. That looks a little whatever-ish. We'll see when they can get back out there and play again. And then Steph told me, not officially, but this might be like after 11 o'clock tonight. So somewhere in there, you need to play a baseball game. So we need this to go, that to hold off. This is baseball, and the Tigers are hoping they can win another series.
But when I was with the Red Sox, they would always say you want to get it in as early as possible, even if you saw rain coming, just so you can get to the 7 innings, and then whatever.
It looked really iffy, though.
It did.
And you could tell the umpires are running around the field talking to people, and Heather Nabozny, the grounds crew chief, was out there talking to them and trying to figure out if they should start. Probably wasn't the wisest choice to start that one tonight, but there they are, and here we go, and they're just waiting, and hopefully that'll be a quick one, and we'll keep on top of it. So we got a lot to talk about.
We do.
And not just your White Sox, who have been one of the surprises in baseball so far this year. We will talk Tigers coming up in just a couple of minutes. We will talk about whatever is going on down at Comerica Park. Ryan Armani's going to join us in the second block. Yeah, we're going to talk to Ryan.
Love Ryan Armani.
My guy from New York, Rich Ackerman, joins us right now. The Ack is in the house. What's up, Ack?
Hello.
How are you? How are you, Dan? How are you,
Ack is getting ready for Game 4 of the NBA Finals tonight. We should tell you, this episode of the Sports Office is brought to you by Michigan Army National Guard. Learn more at nationalguard.com/MI. All right, Ack, so I'm watching the game the other night, and San Antonio comes out like you knew they would and throws a punch early. Knicks come back. Knicks look like they weather the storm. Knicks go up by 7. I'm thinking Knicks are cruising from here. They did not. What happened?
I just think, I don't know if you want to call it run out of gas, because that there would be no reason to or anything to suggest that. I just think flat out San Antonio played better. They took them out of their game a little. They were more physical. Maybe they were just worn down. I can't answer that question with any certainty, but I did think that San Antonio came out, and this is just my opinion, but I think all that stuff, the pregame stuff, all the hype, and, everybody's got the Knicks winning it all already here, and that's not the case. All the fanfare. I mean, it gets a little much, and I think that part of that kind of seeped in, even if it was subconsciously, and the Spurs are, 12 or 15 guys sitting in their hotel room, upset that they just dropped the first 2 games, watching all this stuff on TV that's going on, if they watch TV at all. But I think it's impossible not to feel what was going on, the vibe and the atmosphere at the Garden. And they're like kind of snickering, like, we'll show you. And I think that was definitely the case. Whereas the Knicks, in the past in the playoffs, had balanced scoring and everybody contributing outside of OG Anunoby and Brunson on what's today? Today's Wednesday. So on Monday night, nobody was to be found. Mikal Bridges suddenly went back into a shooting slump. Landry Shamet, the clock struck midnight on him. And the biggest disappointment was Karl Anthony Towns, who had been terrific in the playoffs. And in the first game and a half against Victor Wembanyama, Wemby made that adjustment. Karl Anthony Towns did not.
So you got a veteran team in New York, a young team in San Antonio. San Antonio comes out, weathers the storm in Game 3, and they get it done. If New York wins tonight, is this where maybe some experience comes in and these guys say, all right, we need to get back to playing basketball? Because you're right. This was the first game since 1999, and people were counting on the first championship since 1973. And it did feel like it was kind of preordained that this was going to be part of their march to a title. Now you've gotten a smack across the face. You got to react.
I definitely. And I do think that this is a level-headed bunch. Look, you got guys, even if it hasn't been on an NBA level, Mikal Bridges has played in the finals, hasn't won. But obviously, Bridges, Hart, and Brunson all won championships at Villanova. You have Karl Anthony Towns, who played in an NCAA championship, having a good postseason. So I don't think this team has a big head in any sense of that. But I do think that all the hype and hoopla probably got to be a little much. And Dan, as you know, with being with the Lions, when you're on the road, sometimes that galvanizes the team. If you're at home, you have family, you have to figure out how they're getting to the game, who wants tickets, which of course everybody's coming out of the woodwork for. So I think a lot of that really seeped in. I mean, was it the difference? No, but it certainly didn't help matters much.
Yeah, all you got's your brother when you're on the road.
Absolutely. I wanted to ask about that foul. It was the Wemby, it was Brunson. Remember that? It was Monday night.
It was a shot to the back.
It was a shot to the back. I want to get your thoughts on that. But B, I just keep thinking, will they just ref tighter tonight? Is this going to be a tighter game?
The NBA didn't upgrade it.
No, they didn't. And everyone thought they were going to upgrade it.
They did,
and they
which
did
was
not
interesting.
That's what made me think they're going to. Okay, you go. I'm sorry.
No. I don't know. It's funny because you see so many replays and calls overturned and this and that. And it's gotten to the point, much like the NFL, you don't know what is a foul and what's not a foul. I mean, to me, the Wembanyama hit on Brunson, whatever you want to call it, I mean, if that's not a flagrant, I don't know what is. It would certainly be in college basketball because it's above the head and shoulders. So I don't know what exactly they were looking at.
And there's a wind-up and a follow-through.
Yeah. I mean, that was amazing. The first down play where Brunson hit the ground, and that I could see a little more. But I mean, you're going through the guy, and I just don't know what they're considering anymore. But, with all that, and, there's been a lot said in New York about the officiating the last couple of days. I would have to think that there's going to be a concerted effort to, cut down on that. You also kind of have to feel that, the Knicks have gotten caught up in all that. You would hope if you're a Knicks fan, that they're not taking off their game a little all of a sudden that, something
Well,
like
Knicks
this
fans
happens.
certainly thought they got the short end of the stick the other night from the officiating, not even just with these plays, but just with how quickly fouls built up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was a discrepancy in free throws, a large one at that. But in the officials' defense, the Knicks shoot a lot of jump shots. The Spurs go to the basket a lot, and the Knicks were settling for jump shots. So I think that certainly weighs in. But look, the Knicks had won 13 straight playoff games, and the first thing Mike Brown's talking about is the officiating. So you're kind of like, all right, this has got to be working the officials a little, trying to protect your star player, and maybe it'll be called a little differently tonight, but I think they have to get together, and which they do, obviously, and then they say, okay, it's going to be called this way, and that's, no BS here, because, Jose Alvarado was talking about, this is not going to happen again to our captain. Jalen Brunson was visibly upset about that. They just have to worry about basketball tonight and let the officials do their thing.
Yeah, one thing that's going to be interesting to me is De'Aaron Fox. That might be, if San Antonio comes back and wins this, that might be the shot of the series. And he's been a guy that's kind of been up and down. They brought him in there for his veteran leadership and his ability to close games. If this guy becomes a big factor, man, that could be the whole turning point in the series right there. That shot was money.
Yeah, and look, we've seen him over the years, whether it's at Kentucky, Sacramento, or now in San Antonio, have the ability to make those shots. To me, he's always been the wild card with this team. Game one, he was not good, and you're calling for Dylan Harper, who's a rookie and just 20 years old. So I think you are right in the sense that, in terms of age, he's one of the more senior leaders of this team, and the guy with the most experience in the starting five. So. Look, his shooting percentage wasn't great. He did come through in the big moment, and he has been good in dishing out the ball as well. So I definitely think he is a key, and obviously, Wemby, what kind of impact he has too.
Yeah, no doubt.
Who scores more tonight? Is it Brunson or Wemby? That's what I'm focused on.
Yeah,
Who scores more tonight?
I'm going to go with Brunson because the Knicks need him, and he has that ability to just explode in the fourth quarter. Obviously, remains to be seen whether or not he will. But look, it's going to be close either way. But I still think that, especially the contributions the Spurs have gotten from other places, whether it's Vassell or Dylan Harper off the bench. I don't think Wemby is counted on to get 32. They'd be certainly more content if he had 25, 10, 6, whatever, whatever numbers you want to throw there. But, the fourth quarter is Brunson time for the Knicks. And, look, Karl Anthony Towns said it best in a huddle in game 1. All we have to do is play defense. The offense will follow. We know we've been there before. So I would give that edge to Brunson.
Ack, I got about 40 seconds. What are you looking for early in this game that's going to tell you how it's going?
Knicks got to come out and play strong early because they've played from behind at the start, and it almost takes them a little while to get going. I don't think they could afford to do that this time around. I think, look, San Antonio is here in the finals. Even if they may be green, they're here for a reason, and I think the Knicks have to really kind of determine and dictate the tempo and pace of this game tonight.
You're the man. Appreciate it, Ack. Always good, man. We'll talk soon.
Always looking forward to it. Thanks.
Rich Ackerman, longtime New York reporter right there, talking about the Knicks and the Spurs coming up tonight. Between the Knicks and the Spurs and the Stanley Cup, we got two great series going on right now.
They've been so fun. They've both been so fun. I am a happy sports gal.
No, this has been good. And that's what you're hoping for, because even the previous series that we thought was going to be great, San Antonio and OKC, first game was unbelievable. Then after that, it was like not real good fourth quarters. It went the distance, but we didn't get that tight moment that we thought we were going to get at the end of every game. So we will see where it goes tonight. It'll be interesting. We're still looking at storms downtown, trying to figure out when the Tigers are going to get going again tonight. As we said, they did play half an inning. It's zip. Framber Valdez got out first half inning, no runs. So we'll take a break. When we come back, Ryan Armani on the other side. We will talk some Tigers and also some World Cup. It's coming on Fox. We've been talking about it for months. It's coming
I'm ready.
up next.
Let's go.
There
Let's go.
There it is.
This president.
Hey, what is up? Great to have you back on the Sports Office. Don't forget, there's always two ways you can get involved in the show. Well, actually three. You can watch it like you're doing right now, or you can text us on the phone number right there. That's the phone number. Or you can join via Zoom, and we would see you right up there on the screen. There's the meeting ID number, QR code. You can hit that as well. The link right there. So we would love to have that. Should we bring in our guy, Armani?
Absolutely.
What up, Armani?
Ryan Armani.
Yeah.
Love you.
What's
Hi,
up,
friend.
guys?
Armani, it's always good to see you. You always bring a smile to my face. Hey, Armani, so we get this text. We always get great texts from you guys. Hey, Dapper Dan, this is Xavier. I'm 45 years old. Keep up the great content. So I'm thinking, he's a fan of me. He's a fan of the show, right? Then he takes a left-hand turn. The goddess Lauren is there. Can you introduce me to her? I'm single. He can send a picture as well, he said.
You know,
Oh my God!
thanks for the compliment.
There it
That's
is.
what I'll say.
There it
Thanks
is.
for the compliment.
Bringing the heat, the viewership. Let me tell you guys. Can I just make a quick statement, real quick?
Is this going to
So
be about the weather?
Yes, I live about 10, 12 minutes from Comerica Park. It was totally fine for the last. I was sitting out here for the last few minutes. It's pouring now.
It's pouring?
It's pouring? That's not fun.
Yeah.
Okay, come back over here.
Well,
So remember, Luderman tells us that Comerica Park is between the T and the R. And you can see right now it is not good over Comerica Park. So it's still going to be a while before they play baseball again. And then remember what we said, you got to fit the game in here because you got this coming from the west side of the state
But that's a
later
little
on
bit
tonight.
later tonight, though. You know, like again, I understand half inning. There's not much productivity.
Armani, did you have to take cover?
no, I went in my garage for a minute, but it's good now. It's fine. It's fine.
You know
It's
what?
just a
Here's the
little
thing, though. At 6:20, it was beautiful. And then all of a sudden after that, everything went south like Armani's picture did right there.
I love this shot of Armani. Somebody got to get a picture of this.
Armani's
picture of that.
Armani's Zoom is in weather delay.
So the service inside my house is terrible. So I have to come outside, but it's all good.
So you guys, you got something going for the World Cup this week, right, Armani?
Yeah, you know, we're really excited about the World Cup. Look, it starts tomorrow. This is real time. This is what we're doing out here to stay dry.
Don't you have somebody at your house that puts your umbrella up for you?
But
Oh, man. I love you, Dan Miller. But we are excited for the World Cup on Fox. Look, it's the biggest sports tournament in the world, and we are going to feature it in our 11 o'clock hour with Kelly Rowe each and every day. And Kelly's doing a great job bringing people up to date on the World Cup. And, you know, whether you're into soccer or not, I think it is something exciting to get involved in. There's going to be different watch parties all around the Metro Detroit area. And we have such a great, one of the cool things that Kelly is doing, and I want to get in on this actually, we have so many great ethnic restaurants around the area. And it feels like culturally, so many of these restaurants are having watch parties in the area when their country is playing. And you know, nothing brings the world together. Nothing brings people together more than food. So pick a team. Pick a culture. Go
pick
to a restaurant.
food.
pick a food.
Pick a food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And go celebrate it. So
Pick a food and a beverage.
yeah.
By the way, we should mention again, our guys from Soccer World hooked us up here with all these jerseys. So we are decked out for the World Cup. From here until they finish it off on July 19th, which we're excited about. You guys got a field trip coming up, right? Aren't you going to do something this week?
That's right. So it's Derek Everett and Kelly Rowe. They're going to go on Friday, Good Day Getaway. They're going to go to Campus Martius for the big watch party for Team USA, and they're going to get you set downtown. Campus Martius is going to be the place to be. We've had watch parties down there before, and let me just tell you, I think what the U.S. men and women's Olympic hockey teams did for a shared experience, people getting excited to see USA on the front of the jersey and go watch whatever time it is, 9
o'clock
to
Friday night.
You know, I mean, I'm just not just this game, but just any game that they're playing, to have that shared experience and to root for the national soccer team with a bunch of people. It doesn't get any better than that.
I didn't realize till tonight Lauren's got deep, deep roots in soccer.
Yeah, I did. I interned with the Brentford Bees years ago, which is an EPL team out in English Premier League. And then also I worked with the New England Revolution for years, and that was with that golden team of Clint Dempsey, Taylor Twellman, Shelby Joseph. I was knee deep in soccer. Still kind of am.
Yeah.
It's just
okay. Take over. The show's yours.
No, I'm just saying, and
because you just left Armani and I at the curb.
Yeah.
You left us with Revolution.
No, it's New England Revolution, which are owned by Robert and Jonathan Kraft, the Kraft family. So they own the Patriots and the Revolution. And just soccer was huge in Boston.
Yeah.
Right? It's a super international city. You hear every language under the sun there. But I had a ton of fun, and I loved it. Again, but as I said off camera, I'm just worried because there's no Italy. And Italy is like one of the strongholds, and they're my team.
Yeah.
I'm always like, Forza. Like, I love Italy, but I always go for España as well. But
our guys from Soccer World, they told us the other night when they were here, they bought a bunch of Italy jerseys, and then when they didn't make it, you can now get one for 50% off on the rack.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, Italy is always a stronghold, but it's not recently. They won it in 2006.
Couple of quick storylines to watch for in this one. How about Argentina? There has been no back-to-back World Cup champion since 1958 and 1962. That could happen this year. And then, of course, Spain and France, those two teams are good every year, and they're at the top again this year. So just a couple of teams.
England, who hasn't won it since 1966, and always seems to tease you a little bit, and then something terrible happens.
Yep.
Absolutely. And look, there's great stories all throughout. How about the fact that Iran is sending a team to the World Cup? I mean, they are playing in this tournament. I think this Haiti is in this tournament.
Yeah.
I was talking, or I was listening to Mitch Albom talk about that and what it means to Haiti to be playing in this tournament. It is a world game. And it's right here in the United States, and couldn't be happier that it's on Fox.
Yeah, and we've been talking about it for a long time, and here it comes. It starts tomorrow, and we're going to be rolling for like the next 6 weeks.
It's the beautiful game. It's called the beautiful game for a reason.
Yeah,
and it's beautifully bringing people together.
Armani, you are the best, my man. We appreciate you. Stay dry out there.
Go Tigers, and for Lauren Edwards, go White Sox. How about
that? Braden Montgomery with that 2-run home run walk-off.
There was 5th player in Major League history to hit a walk-off home run in his debut game. Miguel Cabrera was also one of them. So if he turns out anything like that, you're doing okay. Chris Getz, their general manager, Armani's boy.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, brother. We'll take a break. We'll come right back on this edition of the Sports Office. This is why being a meteorologist is nearly impossible, because tonight at like 6:20, it looked like it was going to be great downtown. They were going to start on time, and there'd be no issue. This looks like it just keeps getting worse now as the Tigers try to get their game in against the Twins tonight. They got a half inning in. They waited 7 minutes, started the game, played half an inning. Now it's in delay. And this looks like, am I wrong, Lauren? It looks like it keeps just getting wider, right? Yeah. That's not great. It looks worse and worse.
It does.
We'll
but
see what happens.
They'll get that game in.
All right.
Let's talk.
Soccer Queen. What does success look like for the U.S. in this tournament? Because, I mean, obviously people are so skeptical about what they can do. What does success look like?
I think it's twofold, if I may. One is just getting out of get out of that first group. Win your group, win it, and then advance.
Right.
That is on the field. Off the field, I think it's just the excitement, Dan.
Yeah.
It's so exciting. I've been following soccer for a long time. I've covered so many World Cups. Seeing this thing energy take over cities, going into bars and people are just cheering and going crazy and they're just happy and exuberant and just in love with their team. So
well, even the friendly in Chicago against Germany last week is sold out of Soldier Field. It was just nuts. And I mean, that's got to just be a sign of what's to come.
That
we
is.
have here.
So it is. It's a huge sign.
Oh, Verlander gave up a leadoff homer in Toledo in a rehab start. Normally, when something like that happens, Greg, they say they're working on something.
Well,
yeah, it's like in a training camp. It's a spring training when a pitcher has a bad game. They say, "Well, I was working on something," and it wasn't necessarily indicative of what's going on. But this will be fun, and this will be fun Friday night, 9 o'clock. I'm sure a lot of the bars around here will be absolutely nuts, and people will be having fun.
In Windsor, they're so excited too. They're ready for it as well. It's just over there.
Let's do it.
And went to a place, and they're so excited. So I think that's going to be the success off the field. Just seeing people talk about it, seeing people get into the energy, and seeing that it's not just a kid sport. It's not.
Let's do it.
It's not. I'm ready.
Starts tomorrow, World Cup right here on Fox. Lauren, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time on the next edition.
Inflation.